How do? Don Paschal here, and thank you very much for tuning in to RadioDon. Please hit the bell and notifications so you'll know when we show up for whatever we do. Ever since TuneIn decided that they were going to charge for some of their services, I've been looking for some sort of radio app that would get as many radio stations around the world, not just around the country, to listen to. Unfortunately, a lot of those stations have migrated to proprietary apps like radio.com and iHeartRadio. Well, thank you very much, twit.tv, for turning me on to what we're about to turn you on right now to, and that is something called Radiogram. This is the very first time I've tried this app, so we're going to see how this works. So we go to our folder, and we punch in the Radiogram app. And the first thing you'll see is that it asks you to choose a country. So I am in the United States, I will choose that. Select. Again, this is the first time I'm doing this. Now they have a tutorial. Tap the search bar to quickly find a station. You can change the country to listen to in different countries. In other words, you can listen to radio in the UK, France, Germany, Russia, Australia, Mexico, wherever. So we tap that. Stations, the Stations tab organizes stations by genre. Take a look. And you have random stations. And by the way, here's the stations that I punched into, and you can see it has ESPN and WABC. I thought they had gone to iHeart. There's fixed noise radio, more ESPN. You can click on talk, and you can find a world of stations. Oh, look at this. We even have Infowarts here. Boston Herald Radio, which I've been looking for a while. HLN. Now you have to pay to listen to HLN on TuneIn now, but you don't have to right now. All sorts of talk stations here. There's our own KCRW. But let's say you're not in the mood
for your food.
Oh, here it is.
I'm going to occasionally screw up your food because it's going to make me look better.
Again, that's why I would say to anybody listening who buys the paper, it's so important to keep supporting.
It sure is.
The Boston Herald.
That's the Boston Herald.
Because I work here.
Okay, so much for that. Flip that down. Let's see if we can find an all-news station. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of all-news stations here. They're more like either public stations or talk stations that just label themselves as all-news. But you get the drift of this. And there's so many. Let's find other here. There's KPCC here in Los Angeles. I'm just trying to find something that if I push the button, I don't get copyright trolls coming down on my head. We have a comedy thing. So you have comedy stations, and all of these are in the U.S. But let's see if we could try to find a UK station. And again, you can find, you have all of the BBC radio stations. They have Heart FM, which somebody in the United States should copy. Let's try to find a news station here. We have a whole bunch of BBC stations. We have LBC, which LBC has their own app on Android, and something called Monocle 24.
I don't know if it changed that much. Of course, probably it's gotten a little bigger. It's got more international. There's a lot of. We have a lot.
And let's see. Let's also try Radio 4. They have two Radio 4s here. They have Radio 4s and they have Radio 4 long wave. I guess that's what you find on your radio in London.
So
Massive
we've got.
difference.
Do you know what this coal is? This red coal.
That's it's a red sponge.
Completely covering his face.
Pigment in it is so intense that.
Okay, so let's go for another country. Canada. And right here where it says recently played, doesn't matter what country you're from, it has recently played a recently played segment, so you can scroll down to find all the stations that you played before. It's a very nice interface. And let's see what stations we can come up here. There's News 1130. Which may or may not be on the air right now. So let's try another news station. Try the CBC.
This morning in our studio in Toronto. This is the Sunday edition across Canada on CBC Radio 1. My name is Michael Enright. There's an awful lot in the novel about the other, difference. And I want to get a sense from you, living in Calgary, growing up in Calgary, the daughter of immigrants, how you responded, if indeed you did, of being the other.
Okay, and we can go through all of this, but basically it's a great interface. It's totally free. There are no ads on this whatsoever. Now it is in test mode, so they do warn that some of these things, thank you very much, Jack in the Box, that some of these things, some of the operations of this particular app may be unstable. So basically they are in beta, and they would appreciate your comments, which you can do on in the Play Store where you find the app, and we will have a link to the app on there. And also, if you can find this on iOS, we will have a link for there as well, if there is a link to this particular app. But it's currently on Android. It's totally free. It doesn't take up a lot of space if you're concerned with space. And it's a great complement to the other radio apps that you have. And I do have TuneIn, but now these days I am listening more for NFL games and things I paid for, as opposed to the DXing that I used to do. As a matter of fact, I'm going to try something here. Go back to the USA. I'm going to try to find a station that is supposedly no longer on either TuneIn or iHeart, and that would be KFI. And no, you still have to get the iHeart app to get KFI. Let's try KNX. No KNX here either, so you'd have to go to the radio.com app to get KNX. So if it's a iHeart station that you are looking for, you have to get to the iHeart app. If it's a station that's owned by Intercom, those lousy people, so far they've been able, the CBS stations that became Intercom have not gotten lousy yet, my own personal opinion, folks. But if you're looking for an Intercom/CBS station, you'd have to download the radio.com app, and basically that's it. I would think that this app, this Radiogram app, would be a great complement to whatever radio apps you have right now on your Android, and we will post the link to this particular app below me, so you can go there after you listen to this. And if there is an app that's also on iOS, you'll be able to find it as well, because I'll link it there. If it's not there, you will not find the link. Okay. Another link that you can try out is our piggy bank, because we do a lot of stuff here, and we appreciate your support. So throw in a 10 or 2 by going to paypal.me/RadioDon. That's paypal.me/RadioDon, and we really would appreciate your support. So let's go back home here. You're gonna love this, I guarantee it. I sound like the guy from the old guy from the Men's Warehouse, but it's a great app, and I highly recommend it. It's Don. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.